So let's start the show. It's great to have live audience back, as well as you viewers at home. We listened to this fabulous solo piano show last night with Sullivan Fortner, and Kyle and Sullivan have been friends for many years and have been collaborating, and as you're going to hear, they make wonderful music together. They have a duo CD of standards and originals called T for Two. So let's please welcome Sullivan Fortner on piano and Kyle Athayde on vibes. The show is going to begin in just a few moments. Enjoy!